Okay. Sorry guys, I write on Windows. I use them as my boards. Let me see if I can do that. Use them as my boards. Also, sorry that the background is not making the highlight is not as much for you. I have a question. So are diagonal braces in truss systems a waste? So you know truss systems, when you look at them, they're, truss like that. Are these a waste? Are these just a waste? Are they just holding the top cord and the bottom cord together, and all this is just not needed? Why do I ask that? Well, because that's what concrete all of a sudden says. They say that they're a waste because we put reinforcement top and bottom, and we don't connect them. We just put concrete around it. It's cover, right? So if it's cover around it, there's nothing tying these two together besides the concrete bond. But wait a minute. They say concrete is weak in tension. So how can that be creating a bond if you're only getting 10% value per ACI even? ACI, right? So if you're only getting 10%, why would you want such a weak truss system? Because you're creating a span and you're resolving it with a top cord and a bottom cord, but no connections. So, and I like to introduce shear links. This makes the connections. This is a short version of it. This is what it looks like when you're breaking away from your column. I've got different setups for how you can capture that cross systems, keeping the bar in tension as the failure starts to happen, separating that these bars get active and they go into tension. You may see some opening there, and at that point you know, oh, we got some issues going on here. You need some type of, make sure that it can take the capacity here, that you don't get spalling through the material loading. Oh, okay. What do I have here? Well, what do I have here? I created like an internal truss system with hooks, bars, and there's your truss. I still have a bottom cord and a top cord, but now I locked it together with a with rebar is how I locked it together. You can clearly just drop a truss system in there and chop it up and make it to length if that would work, if you can get the right value of it. What's this say over here? This one says, I gotta look out over my camera myself. Internal truss beam is all I'm saying is the issue here. Don't forget crush blocks is what I call it, because you need something to resolve that. How about offsets? Well, how about offsets? How about we look at it as this is the pad, and let's start creating beams between our columns, and then load the beams. That'd be like a transfer beams. Main bars would take the transfer steel into the main bars. How about that? And I wrote beams create a crank bar action. So realize that when you do these beams, you're going to create things like this, where you're going to have to deal with it as you go over one bay to the next. Well, you want to replace steel, concrete to replace steel. Well, then make it behave like steel. Stop, deciding that, steel, truss systems, etc. need these braces to do work in compression and tension, but we don't need it in concrete. We just have a top cord and a bottom cord held together with concrete, and yet ACI says it's only a 10% value of concrete in tension. So a few people have commented to me, oh, that's not true. Well, fight ACI, don't fight me. I believe that if you believe that it's only 10%, then you are without the reinforcement. Then I believe you believe that Newton is wrong with equal and opposite. All right? Equal and opposite. Equal plus sign. So you're saying it's wrong that you can get a compressive value of 4,000, but a defeat value of the opposite of compression, tension you'll get a 100. So, I'm sorry, that would be 400. So you're saying it would fail at 400 under tension. So this bond would fail, the truss system would fail at 400 if this was 400 psi, 4,000 psi. The bond between these two would fail. The truss system is the tension capacity of the concrete. Or am I right when I talk about you can't get tension without compression, etc.? So if this starts to break away, you create a hinge effect here. That has it going down and beyond it. But here, you can't get anything for free. You just can't have compression without tension. As this tries to separate, the bottom part compresses more, starts pushing together. It becomes a force multiplier. I did that in another video. Maybe I'll link it at the bottom of this video. I want to just leave this video with that. You'd have to watch this again to understand it more. But it's not easy to explain what's inside my head sometimes. And hopefully this came out fair enough that if you want to, if truss systems, as I was being facetious, why bother with the braces? Just braces, right? That's all they are. Just get rid of them. All you need is a top cord and a bottom cord. Oh, we can get rid of them if we put it in concrete. That doesn't make sense, does it? All right, think of it as top cord and bottom cord. They're steel, and yet there's no connection to them. To the only connection is through tension in the concrete. Its capacity, and some deflect, and some compression too. But I don't want to confuse you with that one. Bye.